Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Sigil here and welcome back to another video. In this one I'm going to do a quick tier list on the damage dealers in Just Mobile. And I'm going to actually have two tiers because in this one I'm going to put all of them in like a free-to-play manner where they don't require any pay-to-win artifact to get that ranking. And then I'm going to make some modifications and tell you which damage dealers actually make it a tier higher for the pay-to-win side of things. Yes, there's going to be some changes. And keep in mind, I'll only evaluate the characters for their damage dealing capacity, nothing more. For example, Zatanna would be a tier higher if I was also evaluating her for her supporting capacities. Raven's one of the best, if not the best character in the game, but as a damage dealer, she will not get a high tier here, okay? So just wanted to establish that. Now let's get going. So with Manta, it's a bit weird. It's for the free-to-play side of things, you can eventually get to the point where you're going to get 2 billion damage if you pair him up with Raven. But he's really better for the pay-to-win side of things with Joker as Batarang as a reliable cleanup fight, and then eventually he can do a lot more damage. But for the free-to-play side of things, he's B tier because you get better options in terms of using your Raven as free-to-play, and it's going to take you a long-ass time to get this man geared up with the proper star rating that he actually needs and ready to go. This man is a huge investment, so don't go for him anytime soon. And even when he's there you have far better things. Veteran Collapse as the damage dealer, though he doesn't do much as a support character either. B tier, some solid percentage hull damage, but it's not gonna be anything amazing. Batman Jacketman is going to be the first character we actually do, or also B tier. Now, also B tier. Catwoman is going to be kind of the last thing when you have everything in the game that you actually need. If you have every character in the game, but no pay-to-win artifacts, let's say Batman Catwoman is going to be your 6th best thing. We currently don't have anything better to push her out, but she's just on the brink if you have all the resources that you have, that you can have. But until you get to that point, and it's a damn long journey, you're going to be relying a lot on Batman Catwoman, and she's going to be very strong. Grodd is more here for the pay-to-win side of things. I guess he would be budget here or B tier at best, but for free-to-play, just use Batman and Catwoman, don't bother with Grodd. And for the pay-to-win side of things, Grodd is, I think, S tier, because you can put Beta Club on Grodd, pair him up with Brainiac, and he's going to do an amazing job and do the 2 billion damage. Batman the Jaunt, the best character in the game, easy to get. She's got the challenge, she's got a good chest, can do the 2 billion damage with proper build and high level enough artifacts. Amazing character. Collector Ward Superman budget, again, it's something that you can use for a while until you get your teams going, and then you're going to eventually cycle out for something better, but he can be reliable if you choose to build him. Deathstroke, with North Snow Globe, this man is going to be able to get a lot of percentage health damage, and is going to be able to do a lot of damage with very little investment. Excuse me for that one, I just sneezed. But yeah, this man is absolutely amazing with very little investment. I mean, I know, it's a legendary character, it's gonna be rough to get him. I've been trying to get him for a while on the secondary account, but once you get him, 3 stars, no gears, peak performance. Put the North Snow Globe in there and you're going to have a good time. And you might notice some pattern now that we have a character in each of the first 3 tiers. S tier is going to be pretty much one-shot the crap out of the fight. 2 billion damage, guaranteed with proper artifacts and builds. A tier is going to be the 75%-ish damage that you're going to get, or needing very specific qualifications to get to the 2 billion. And B tier is going to be something that's more oriented towards either adding a certain amount of damage to a team, like Batman Who Laughs, you drop him in there, he adds some percentage health to a random team, you tag him out, you do the rest of the things you want to do. And they do about the 400 mil damage out of a full health target, or 400 mil damage cleanup out of a 2 billion fight. This is the way it goes. Full health damage, 75% health damage, and below 50% health damage. Entangling Poison Ivy is actually going to be A tier, and this is kind of specific, not gonna lie, but it's specific in the way that you're going to want to use her, not specific in the way she works. EPI plus Raven does a lot of damage, and so does Joker plus Raven. And both Joker and EPI are going to be used in specific situations. Joker is going to be used mainly when you can't use Harley, And EPI is going to be used when you have a Chaos Tagging fight and you pair EPI up with Raven, and you're going to get a very resilient character plus Raven instead of having Harley and having 3 characters and having to tag in and out. So EPI can specifically be good, even though it's kind of weird to put her so high because you're using her very rarely. But that's not because she doesn't work, it's because it's faster to just use Harley or Joker. Harley S tier with high enough passive stats, you can do the 2 billion damage. Amazing, absolutely amazing character. This is budgets, and again, I don't even know why I put this man on the list. This is a character that's going to do arguably worse than Just Like Flash. They're both in the budget here. And it's going to require a legendary chest, it's going to require a higher star rating, and it's going to require years to make work. So that sucks ass. And again, in the budget here, there's a ton of characters that could have been here. If you're mad that I did not put your Blue Beetle in there, you can Photoshop it in the budget here. He's sitting there nicely. Though, not really to that extent. Blue Beetle is too crap to make it even in the budget here, but you get what I'm saying. Kim-Flan Sakumen, A tier, same as Deathstroke. He's going to be very strong with the Bait Club art. Oh, I was thinking about the pay-to-win side of things. He's going to be very strong with the Nora Snow Globe artifact, able to deal with very little investment, about 75% of a 2 billion health target with Nora Snow Globe. Amazing guy, can also do some cleanup. And yeah, I kind of neglected the pay-to-win side of things. So where were we? Any modifications we need to do so far? Batman Jacketman is going to be, I feel like, A tier. Tier hard for the pay-to-win side of things, because she's good with Beta Club and with Joker as Batarings. Maybe even S tier, though it's gonna take you a long ass time until you get to do 2 billion with her team setup, so let's leave her into the A tier. Kim-Flan Sakumen S tier with Beta Club plus Raven, and you can still use him with his Nora Snow Globe strat. Okay, let's get back here, we'll get back to the pay-to-win side of things later. Black Adam also B tier. Exactly the same reason as Batman left, so you can drop him in the team. He does some percentage hull damage, he's out. Good stuff. Mr. Freeze is also going to go into the B tier. He's actually pretty strong nowadays for the free-to-play side of things, since you can use him with Puppet of Zatanna and just spam that special too. Though he should not be a priority. Though when you get him, you get some gears for him, he's going to do you nicely. Multiverse Armor Spiral budget. Raven B tier, I guess. Again, Raven as a damage dealer, not Raven in general, okay? Robin King, yet again, kind of B tier. He kind of buffs Batman the Drown, though she doesn't really need buffing, and at the same time he can do some percentage hull damage, I guess. Third bench is gonna go in the budget tier. Zatanna. If we're talking about league rates, Zatanna's either A or S tier, because she slaps ass in league rates. But I'm gonna put, though the fact is that even though I'm only counting the damage dealing potential of the characters, the fact that she gives percentage health damage to the entire team feels like she's doing that damage to an extent. So I feel like A tier as a damage tier, because when you have a team around Zatanna with the current Zatanna bug, yet again, put her in the first team position, any teammate can deal percentage hull damage against the burning targets. I feel like over there, the rest of the team is not really getting supported by her, but the rest of the team supports her mechanic, if you understand what I'm saying. I feel like if I want to justify it like that, A tier, if not B tier, if we're counting league rates, A tier or S tier. Black Adam budgets, and Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd, again budget, I guess. He's mainly for the pay-to-win side of things in here. Okay, so any modifications in the regards to this? Raven for the pay-to-win side of things is damage tier S tier, repair her up with Brainiac, Beta Club, 2 billion damage. There we go. Mr. Freeze plus Beta Club, 2 billion damage, easy S tier. Any other modifications? No, not really. The rest of those things are going to be kind of the same for the free-to-play side of things as they are for the pay-to-win side of things. And yeah, that's about it for the list. This is the tier list of all the damage tier. Honestly, you shouldn't necessarily look at it like this. We can just delete this and you can just look at it like this. Those are the only important tiers, and this is a selection of some characters you can pick up to fill your slots until you have all the characters that you need. With all that being said, thanks so much for watching. Like the video if you liked it, dislike the video if you disliked it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.